So we are out here in Sterling Heights, right behind Freedom Hill Park. And we are on the shores, on the banks of the Red Run Drain. This is an inter-county drain. It runs between Oakland County and then Macomb County and eventually empties into the Clinton River, which of course all goes into Lake St. Clair, our magnificent Great Lakes. So the Public Works Office, I'm one of the members on the drain board for the Red Run Drain, and we were looking at this. And unfortunately, what's happened over the years is the banks had eroded here significantly on both sides, on both the north side of the Red Run Drain, which we're standing on, as well as the south, but particularly on the north side. As everyone knows, this was a landfill years ago that the county has now used in a wonderful way for a county park to reuse what was an old landfill many decades ago. But the erosion on this drain had actually gotten within 10 feet of the landfill. So we knew something had to happen. So what we've done, we've assessed the various communities that are within the Red Run Drain, both in Oakland County and Macomb County. And we were also able to get some money from the National Fish and Wildlife Organization. And then we also got some money from Macomb County from their Act 51 money. And we pooled all our resources together, and what has happened here is a wonderful, not only just a drain project, but a project for our environment. So we've stabilized all these banks now, and now there won't be any impact on the old landfill that's here. Obviously very, very important. As well as that, we've installed several of what we call J-hooks with this old with the riprap, so that we have these J-hooks that sort of snag anything that's coming down the drain here that we want to be able to get out of here. And we've taken out a lot of old sedimentation, etc. And as part of greening Macomb, we've also really put some native plantings and various things here that are going to help with our pollinator friends, with the butterflies, the bees, etc. But there's a lot of old prairie grass kinds of things that we've put in here also. And all of these seeds and the plugs that we've put in here, because they have very deep roots, and they'll be able to maintain the vegetation along the sides of the bank here, even when we have heavy, heavy rain events. We're standing here on a really nice day, and you think this is a beautiful setting, which it is. But the purpose of this drain is to drain, right? To drain storm water. And so we have to make sure that it works. And in a heavy rain event, it just goes like crazy. And then we worked really closely with Macomb County, who had a great idea. They said, while you're doing this project, and we had to put in an access road anyway for our maintenance trucks to get on here, what about using some of our funds, the county's transportation funds, to actually build a new hike-bike path, right? Pedestrian path here. Because, of course, we have the Freedom Trail that runs from Metro Beach all the way down 16 Mile Road here, around Freedom Hill. And could we connect all of this? And of course, our county executive has had a plan for years of connecting all these various bike paths all over the county. So we were delighted to be able to partner with them with this as well. And so let me introduce Mark Hackel, our county executive, who wants to talk a little bit about what a great partnership this was and how the public is really going to be advantaged.
Thanks, Candice. And I got to tell you, Candice is one of those folks that, once she took office with Public Works, she's one of those that kind of educates the public on what is really happening and the importance of what we're doing with our drains here. Most people really didn't understand it and the importance of, cleaning them up and fixing some of these things like we're seeing right here. This is a prime example of the work that she's doing and leveraging the resources and, if you will, the connection with the various communities. So it's Sterling Heights didn't want this wouldn't have happened, but Sterling Heights was very adamant that we need to make sure that we're fixing these things in and around this area. And the end result is Lake St. Clair. Let's face it, Lake St. Clair is a gem for Macomb County. And again, it's just not those communities that kind of have the shoreline along Lake St. Clair. It is an economic engine for us when it comes to making sure the boating industry thrives. So everything we did here was a focus on keeping the water fresh, keeping the water clean. But again, as Candice had mentioned, you talk about the environment, that is extremely important. Over 7,000 pieces of vegetation here, whether trees, shrubs, and or the plants that are here, were planted, and trying to make sure that we keep this environmentally friendly. But even the economic impact it has. You think about just a home in and around this area, the quality of life asset with the trail. I got to tell you, people living around this area, if they weren't really happy about seeing a trail in their backyard, within a very short period of time, they will be, because I have yet to see a trail anywhere, and there's thousands of trails around Macomb County that people, after they finally see what it's about and the beauty behind it, they use it and they start to realize this adds value to their home in and around this area. We're already hearing about it here in Sterling Heights with the advent of this trail here. It's about 1.35 miles of trail right here behind Freedom Hill that wasn't here before, but is here because of this project that Candice got going here in Sterling Heights. So again, Candice, we can't thank you enough for the work that you're doing, but again, allowing us to partner with you, and in particular, the city of Sterling Heights. And I know Parks and Recreation was very much adamant this is going to be an asset to Parks and Recs here in Sterling Heights, and Barb with the City Council and the members from City Council here, you recognize the importance and the work that has been done here. We thank you for working with us on this. So I don't know if Barb wants to say a few words.
I'd like to ask Barb Ziarko to speak on behalf of the Sterling Heights City Council, and you might introduce some of your other councilmen that join you today, and your Parks and Rec director here as well. And Barb is going to talk about what a great trail this is, and she is the only one that can tell you with firsthand experience.
Daily,
she walks this
daily,
trail every day.
But I want to introduce Kyle Langlos. He's our director of Parks and Rec. Councilman Michael Radke, Councilman Henry Yanas. I have to tell you, it's a 10-minute walk from my front door to this path. I'm here all the time. In fact, I even have a photo spot that I'm taking pictures so I can watch the colors change. But I'm thinking that, how do I feel bad when I see more people here, or because more people know about it? Every time I see somebody on this path, I ask them what they think about it. I hear people, they tell me that they park at the top of the hill and walk down, and then walk from Shaner back up to the bridge on 16 Mile. Bikers tell me they feel safer on this path than they do on the streets of Sterling Heights. That's a testament to what this is all about. Not only that, is being outdoors and seeing some of the wildlife that we have here. And it's beautiful. The first time I walked the path all the way to 16 and I turned around, it was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm in Sterling Heights. It's amazing. And I think that, I hear people say that they want this extended farther, west. Mm-hmm. There's an opportunity for that. I think that if this was in my backyard and all I had to do was open my door wall and walk out a gate to get on a path like this, count me in. I think there's great opportunity here, and we need to research it. So I welcome anybody that's a walker to come out here. The surface is is awesome for walking and running. So come out and see what we're talking about, because it's absolutely beautiful. Thank you for all the work that the two of you have done on this.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Anyway, we just wanted to share with you what is happening here behind Freedom Hill, because if you're just driving along 16 Mile Road, you're probably wondering what was all the construction going on here. But this is what we've done. So again, I'm in the drain business. So from my perspective, we have to make sure the drain is running properly. But anytime we do anything like that, we're always working with Macomb County, with greening of Macomb, trying to put in what we call green infrastructure, because actually it's absorbing all kinds of, not only just storm water, so that we don't just keep shooting it down into Lake St. Clair with sedimentation, etc., but it's taking out phosphorus and nitrogen and some of these other contaminants that we're trying to take out of our environment. So with all of these partners working together, and particularly with Sterling Heights, who has been a great partner, we are just delighted with the project. So the project is pretty much complete, and as Barb says, and County Exec Mark Hackel as well, we welcome the public to come and really enjoy what is really a public asset for all of you. Thanks.